Now I'm going to get this one in. This is already placed, so I don't have to worry about that. I just have to move this into its proper corner, which is over here. This just has to turn around. So what I want to do is I want to get this guy flipped. If I flip this guy, then he can come into here. Because right now it's, well, actually alternatively, I can move this into here. Why don't I do that? Or it just might be better if I get this guy flipped. So I'm going to hold it here and flip this guy so that the yellow and blue, so that it can move into over here. Now this is going to flip as well, but we don't care. It's already secured. R, U, R, I, U, R, 2, U, R, I, turn, 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 and turn. Now, eventually, I'm going to need to do a corner swap. That's going to be a little bit of a problem, because how do I corner swap if I can't do a corner swap algorithm? This is where it needs to be, but this is upside down now, and we don't really want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this. It's going to flip this too, but we're not going to worry about that yet. Turn, turn, turn. And I mention this because you never know if you are going to own another puzzle that might have something like this strategy that might be needed. Most of my floppy parodies and all the parody algorithms that I did came from this kind of a thing. So I can move this over here and then we're good. Now moving it over here, I want to move this top side. Because what I did is I actually accidentally took this, well not accidentally, but I took this out. So I want to move this here without destroying this. Well, normally what I would do is I would move it here, RID it, and then move it back. But I'm going to run into a problem because I can't RID it. So what I really want to do is I want to do that exact same strategy where this moves here and this moves here. And these two don't move at all. So how am I going to do that? How can I variate the strategy to do that process where this is moved into here, but I don't affect these two at all? And even if this didn't come out, I still would run into problems because when I move this here, these two are separated and they're going to be flipping with each other. So here's how I figure I have to do it. Normally what I would do is I would move it in and then move it again, right? Then once I do that, I somehow have to flip these. I got to get these two to flip. Once these flip, this is in line to come back into here, and then this, because it's flipped, this can then come back into here by doing that same move. In other words, this can come back to here when I do another U move. So basically what has to happen is if this were to flip, the way that I see it, this comes here and this comes here, which means that this section here has to be on the left side of this. So this can't be on the right side, it ends up on the left side when I flip it. So holding it here, let's do by any means possible getting this to here, because this has to be on the left side of this. So once again, I have this here, I move it in, I move it out, flipping this. All this really means, and again, you're not really flipping this when you do a corner swap. What you're doing is you're taking this and moving this to here, this goes to here, and this goes to here. So why don't I do this? If that's all I want to do, I'm not really flipping this. I'm just taking this and moving this to the left of this piece here. Let's hold this here and do that corner permuting algorithm that puts this to here, and this to here. If I do that twice, this will come here for the first time, then it'll come here for the second time. These guys will have all swapped in this direction too. The end result will be the same thing as a corner swap. By doing the corner permutation algorithm twice, I will have in essence done the same thing as a corner swap once, which again isn't really swapping the corners. It's keeping this steady, moving this to here, and this to here. By doing the corner turning algorithm, the corner permuting algorithm, such as in the beginner's method, this goes here, and this goes here. So corner swapping makes this go here, and this go here. That's done once. Doing the corner permuting algorithm, this goes here, and this goes here. Do that twice, I'll have the same configuration. So that's what I'm going to do instead of a corner swap. So instead of 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R, I've got to do a UR, UI, LI, U, RI, UI, L. This stayed the same. What was here ended up here. Do it once more and then it'll end up over here. So UR, UI, LI, U-R-I-U-I-L. And the end result is it's in the same configuration as it would have been if I did a corner swap. So now all I got to do is move this to here, but here's the problem. By doing that, I rotated these around. So you can see this is rotated and I can't move this blue, orange, and yellow to here. So what I have to do is I have to do the Sunni anti-Sunni to rotate this back. How many times? Well, let's see. So let's do it once. R-U, R-I-U, R-2-U, R-I, L-I-U-I, L-U-I, bang, bang, and splat. Are we there yet? Well, we did it once. This is not in the right configuration because I have orange and blue. I need it to be orange and yellow. So then I do it twice. R-U, R-I-U, R-2-U, R-I, turn, 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 and turn. Now we're in the right configuration, but we're bandaged here. So then what I'm going to do is turn it this way and do the Sunni anti-Sunni again. Turn, 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 turn. Bang, zoom, splat, pow, clink, and clunk. So now we're freed up. Now all I've got to do, turning it back, is just do one motion this way. And now this is in where it needs to be. And I did not destroy this. And as a bonus, I didn't destroy this either. However, if I wanted to get it back in the same configuration that I had it before, then I just do another corner swap. This will go here, this will go here, this will go here. So that'll put these two back in the same alignment as it was when I first started. U-R-U-I-L-I, U-R-I-U-I-L. The end result of all of that is this got moved in, this stayed the same, and this stayed the same. Notice I'm back to my original configuration. So what I did, in order to get to the configuration that I was looking for by doing a corner swap, just one corner swap, I ended up doing a corner permutation algorithm twice, Sunni anti-Sunni twice from this angle, once from this angle, and I ended up in exactly the same configuration. Then I did another corner permutation to get it right back. So these were not new algorithms, it was all familiar algorithms. But I had to do all of that just to do that same AI strategy. So in short, I had to develop an AI strategy using only these particular algorithms. I couldn't use RID, and I couldn't use a corner swap, which was the hallmark of my AI strategy. This is a different kind of an AI strategy using cuboid methodology as opposed to cube methodology. But now that I have this, I have to move it to here. So I want to rotate this so that it can move to here. R-U, R-I-U, R-2-U-R-I. I have to use this just as avidly as I would an RID-I-R-D. Not yet. Luckily, GR cubed puzzle is so smooth moving, there's no problems doing multiple algorithms. Okay, now that I have that, this needs to move into here. So now I have that same strategy. If this were this dude over here, I move it in, move it again, corner swap it, move it back, and I'm done. Can't do it this time, can't do it that way, but now I have a strategy that'll do exactly the same thing. So once again, here's that strategy. Move it in, move it again. I'm going to corner permute twice. U-R-U-I-R-L-I, U-R-I-U-I-L, and again, without even thinking about it. And now without thinking about it, do Sunni anti-Sunni twice. R-U-R-I-U, R-2-U-R-I. Turn, 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 and again. Like any experiment, it should be consistent, it shouldn't change. I did it twice here, move it over here, and do it once. Turn, 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 and turn. I can move it back, one more turn, this is in, and this is in. It's not in the same place that it was. I can easily do that by doing another corner permutation algorithm. And there it is. At the end of the day, this is back in. This is rotated wrong. I can move that back if I wanted to. Now you're seeing me doing a lot of multiple algorithms, but they're really the same. So now these are both in. So now I've got the strategy. So the next step now is placing these guys. Well, this was actually easier because, well, there wasn't too many pieces to place. This is a very typical AI. I've got 2x2x2 pieces that I have to place. Okay, so I'm going to pick it up from here. Got a little bit delayed, but basically where we were at is this was in and this is in. We applied these. And now what I want to do is I want to place these guys here. So this is 2x2x2 bars, much the way that I would do by an AI cube. And we saw how I had to use an alternative method of doing that using Sunni anti-Sunni moves. So when putting these in, we're going to run into potentially an issue where, ideally speaking, we put all of these guys in. But that's going to be very difficult, if not impossible. So there's going to be a point at the end where we're going to have to do sliding U techniques to pick up the scraps. But the way that I would do it to those who have this puzzle is the areas that are the most bandaged, which are going to be the green side and the blue side. My suggestion is that you make sure that you put the green and the blue ones in. So I'll show you what I mean. But basically we're going to start off by putting corners and matching it up with various edges down here. And again, I want to make sure that the green and the blues are all taken care of. So for instance, this here, this is a blue, red, and yellow. Here's a blue and yellow. So what I'm going to want to do is turn this around so that I can match this to here. So to do that, to turn this around, I'm going to do my RU, RIU, R2U, RI, LI, well, this part, I can do it faster than I can say it. So that turns this around, and as you can see, this can now match up to here, which is good. What's also good is that I've got this part here, this red and blue, so I can maybe match it up with this guy here. Well, no, it's not going to work that way. So anyway, I'm going to move this over to here, which puts this in. But in order to make that work, doing our little technique is I move it in, move it one past, then I do that entire pattern that I came up with to do, in essence, a corner swap. So it's going to be U, R, U, I, L, I, U, R, I, U, I, L, and again. And this becomes quite automatic to make this happen. Then I do my Sunni anti-Sunni, turn, 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 turn. And then I do it once more from this side. And again, because this puzzle is so smooth moving, it's really no problems doing these multiple movements. Once I do that, I'm going to turn it this way and move this around. R, U, R, I, U, R, 2, U, R, I, turn, 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 and then I simply move kersplat. That moves this in, but I still have to move this back to here, so I do one more corner swap, or corner rotation that comes over to here. So at the end of the day, this is placed in, which is good, and this is fine over here. Now we've got to get this up, so that's R, U, R, I, U, R, 2, U, R, I, turn, 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 and turn. Okay, so basically now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to coordinate getting these in as much as possible. My goal right now is not to necessarily put the entire one in. That's going to be difficult, but I certainly want to put all of the corners matching with the edges, and specifically I want to make sure that I create an entire 1x2x2 block consisting of the blues and consisting of the greens. It's just going to be easier that way. So to serve that, what I want to do is I want to find the red and blue. Here's the red and blue, but I want to make sure that the blue is on top of this. So I want to put the blues here together so that that can match to here. So I'm going to rotate both of these actually. So this can come down here, and this can also rotate down. So that's R, U, R, I, U, R, 2, U, R, I, turn, 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 and turn. Okay, this I'd like to keep here. This I want to move over to here, which means I just want to rotate this. And that means holding it from this angle, so I can just rotate this. It'll rotate this at the same time. So you can see why I want to do the orange ones first, because I can just kind of bat around without causing any trouble. Okay, you can see that this is wrong side up, but that's okay. Okay, now I fear that to move this one, yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, I gotta do it once more anyway. R2U, RI, turn, turn. So again, to anyone lucky enough or have had the opportunity to buy this puzzle, this is my recommended way of doing it. So now this needs to come into here, so that's okay. And this will also move here, which will create this formation over here. But again, my goal is not to cause a 1x2x2 with the yellows. That one's going to be easier to put in. The ones that are going to be left over are going to be the reds and the yellows. So this will come over to here. Now what I like is that this green is going to match up to here too. So remember, I'm trying to put in all the blues and greens as much as I can. So this will come here, creating a nice formation over here. So move it in, Move it again, and do my pattern. Do it again, turn, 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 turn. Sunni, anti-Sunni, UR to URI. And again. And again. And one more time, only this way. So it flows fast, but it will serve you well, I think. And move this over here now. Another corner exchange here to bring this guy in line here. So now we've got the formation that we wanted. Okay, now that we have this, we try to decide what direction that we want to go. Remember, I want to fill in the blues as much as possible, so let's turn this so that it can match up with this guy over here. In the meantime, I'm wondering about this here, but we'll deal with that next. So let's go ahead and turn this around. RU, RIU, R2U, RI, LI, UI, L, UI, LI, 2U, LI. And again. Turn, 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 and turn. Okay, so what I'm looking to do is go like this. Now, here's what's interesting is this will be completely solved. I move this over here and this won't be. But again, it wasn't really my intention to do that. I'm going to be disrupting this. I just wanted to create this plate over here. I'm going to be doing something similar to the green side as well, actually. So this will come here. Okay, so my only purpose is to create this plate over here. So turn, and very quickly go through our little extended algorithm. RU, RIU, R2U, RI, LI, UI, L, UI, LI, 2U, LI, and again. Turn it over here. This is pulled in. Do a corner cycling to move this back into here. Okay, so this is all solved. Now, what I'm going to do is this is moved top side, which is fine. That's where I want it. Now, what seems to make sense is if I turn this around, that'll maintain this. This 1x2x2 block will still be in. So let's see what happens when we do that. RU, RIU, R2U, RI, turn, 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 and turn. Okay, so I'm actually going to try to move this out. Now, all the while I'm paying attention to what's happening here. This has to rotate too. Turn, 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 and turn. Okay, whoop, once more. Turn, turn, and turn. Okay, so I'm going to move this out, and I guess what will make sense is I'm going to move this out like so, which will move this to here. Doesn't really matter, as long as I'm maintaining this block over here. So let's go ahead and do that pattern. And again, RU, RU, R, RI, to URI. So this puzzle is a series of both short-term goals and long-term goals. And it takes a while to get to a short-term goal. Okay, so let's see what we've got. I certainly want to rotate this up. That was always my intention, is to keep that secure. Okay, now let's see what we've got. I like the fact that this green is here. Now if I turn this to here, I'm liking that because I've got this green matched up with this, and I've got this green matched up with this. So it's really just a short hop, skip, and a jump to get my entire sheet with a blue and entire sheet with a green. So once again, I'm going to move this to here. This is for the purposes of moving this to here. So move it to here, move it one further, and let's do our pattern right quickly. Turn, 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 turn. R, U, R, I, U, R, 2, U, R, I. R, U, R, I, U, R, 2, U, R, I. Turn, turn, turn. And then turn it to this side. And turn. Okay, this pops back over here. And I might as well rotate this up. So a lot of cleanup moves, but again, very quick, simple algorithms. Okay, so let's see what we've got. We quite obviously have to rotate this around to put this sheet up and this down to the middle. This has to rotate as well so that this green can come over to here. RU, RIU, R2, U, RI. Now remember, this puzzle wants to be solved. It just has to be put in the right position. Okay, now I'm liking this because now this will move to here and create my 1x2x2 sheet consisting of green, and this will come over here. So the only thing that I'll have out is going to be yellow and red, and this will be red and yellow out as well. So let's go ahead and very quickly move this in, turn. It's a long Uber algorithm made up of a bunch of small commutators, done multiple times. This is a second puzzle of GR cubes that I've had to come up with alternatives like that. And turn this here. It's amazing what a little bit of bandaging can do to a puzzle and its solve. Turn, 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 and turn. Okay, so let's take a look at what we've got. Let's move this up just to sort of show what I'm talking about. Okay, and one more. Turn, 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 and splat. Okay, so these are all up. This edge is nicely solved. This is not, this is not. So if this were any other AI puzzle, I'd go through a process of fitting these in. It would always help if I have these to choose from, but I don't. Now notice what I can do is if I move this here, I've got this matched up over to here, and I can create a slice here, creating these, so I've got a 1x2x2, 1x2x2, and then I've got this that's all in, and if I put this in here, same kind of thing, I've got all of this in and 1x2x2 bars over here as well. So it is very possible that I could do some manipulating in order to make this make sense the way that I would do with any other AI puzzle. If I move this here and move this here, it's actually potentially possible to move it in to solve all of these completely. But I'm not going to go through that rigmarole. I'm just going to go ahead and stop with this. So if you have this puzzle and you've placed your green and your blue, or whatever color bandage side that you have, then you're fine. The thing about the red one is the red side is not as bandaged as the green and the blue side. And the yellow side is the least bandaged of all. So now that I have this, I'm going to finish the rest of the 3x3 solve. But this has actually now been reduced, as far as I'm concerned, to the 3x3x2, the 3x3x2 I cube. So what we're going to do, now that we've done that reduction, I put this in, this in, this in, and this in. These I'm not going to worry about. I'm going to solve it exactly the same way that I did with the 3x3x2 Floppy I Cube. And what that means is I'm first going to rotate these edges correctly. This is rotated right, right, wrong, and wrong. So I've got an L formation over here. So that's going to be F, U, R, U, I, R, I, F, I. That rotates all these correctly. So now I'm going to place this. This is placed correctly here. This is placed correctly here. This is not. So these two have to flip-flop. So I hold it over here. R, U, R, U, R. This is just beginner's technique, by the way. Nothing new with that. So this is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. So now getting these in, let's find which ones are in and which ones aren't. and it turns out that none of them are. So I'm just going to do a random corner swap until one of them are in. So let's see, this is not in the right place, this belongs over here. However, this is in the right place. So this is held to the right, then we do our beginner's method corner swap that we've done so many times. Corner permutation algorithm, UR, UILI, URI, UIL. Are they in? Not yet. And turn. Okay, so you can see this is in and this is in, and it just so happened to all come in exactly the right configuration. But if it didn't, and all these were in, it might look a little something like this. Okay, it might look something like this, where this is in and this is in. So now what I want to do is I need to have two that are adjacent to each other rotated correctly, so I'm just going to keep rotating this around, rotating both of these until both of these guys are in. To URI, turn, turn, turn. This is just like the 3x3x2 version. And again. And done. So this is good. Now this rotates around. Again, there's no parity problems with this puzzle. I know that to be the case just based on the fact that I didn't change the parity of this. So there's no choice but to come in. It wants to be solved, and I just have to keep doing this until it finds its way back. Again. URI, turn, turn. Or maybe it'll do something unexpected. But nope, there it is. Okay, so as you can see, we have the basic structure back, and now these edges are going to be placed simply by sliding U technique, and there shouldn't be any problems with bandaging. And the areas of the highest amount of bandaging you can see are the green side and the blue side. Red less so, yellow even less so. White, that could be a little difficult. That's going to restrict our movements. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can put the edges in. This is considered an edge, which will come from up here. So see if I can position it. And it turns out that I can't because it is somewhere else. It's here. So let's put the orange edge in first. So what I like is the fact that I've got this and this side available to me, so I can move this down over here, slide this to this side, move it down here, slide it back, move it up, slide it back here, move this up, and bang, so that's in. Now I've got the green one ready for action, same thing. This is available over here, this side is bandaged, so bring it down from the middle, slide this to the left side, bring it down on the left, slide it to the right, bring it up. So the edges are no problem with this puzzle. I can do a sliding U technique to bring that in. Okay, the other edge, now I've got the red edge, which is here. Bring it down, slide it here, bring it down, slide it up. So like I say, I don't solve the edges, I don't reduce the edges early on because I can easily solve it here. And now this is where we're at. If you recall, now that I've got all the edges in, if we were still doing our AI technique, you can see that here's a red and orange, red and orange. Rather than try to struggle to get this in, as long as I don't have any blues or greens, if I had a blue or a green, I wouldn't be able to sliding U technique it in at all. I'd have to do some fancy footwork. But with this, I can get almost any red to any layer up here, and I can get almost any yellow that's here, I can move up to here, and any red that's here, I can move down to here without any trouble. It's just a question of how to position it. So can I move this down? Well, I can bring this down over here, slide it this way, bring it down like so, slide it up, bring it up, slide it up, and bang. And it's done. It's solved. So there you have it. Incredibly fun puzzle. What I really enjoy about it is, first off, it's small, it's portable. It's not very complex in terms of the number of pieces, but it's rather time consuming in terms of strategy, and you're using that strategy over and over again. The best systematic way I have of solving it is doing exactly the way that I did it, bearing in mind, and it might be more or less difficult depending on your particular scramble, is make sure you get the green ones in. Make sure that's all in. You don't have to worry about the blue and green edges, but you do have to worry about getting these guys in, the corner parts of it. So GR Cubed, congratulations on another incredibly fun and challenging scramble. My hope is to see a whole line of GR Cubed puzzles mass-produced, because they are certainly a worthy addition to any collection and a worthy challenge. Thanks for watching.